gentlemen, straight from the ropes to your hands, welcome to VKPunk Wrestling, your one and only spot for recaps, news, and updates on professional wrestling in the world. And now, coming at you with all that attitude, here is your host, the Bad Guy Vin C.
Hey yo, what is up, wrestling savages? Strap in tight, blast those speakers to the neighbor, file complaints, and get ready to storm the battlefield of VKPunk Wrestling, the absolute epicenter and soon to be crowned champions for all of your wrestling content needs. Packed with wild, pulse pounding, pro wrestling insanity. We're the undisputed ring generals in this arena. Your boy, the bad guy, Vin C Punk, charging ahead, dragging you through a relentless barrage of bone-crushing slams, razor-edge promos, and that electric, addictive surge that makes wrestling the ultimate thrill ride. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into the chaotic whirlwind of the whole last week's main roster madness, armed with our legendary yay, boo, and now meh ratings and breakdowns. And folks, this week scorched hotter than Kane's entrance pyro. Forget your standard recap vibes. This is the beating heart of the VKPunk Wrestling Uprising, and you're riding shotgun right up front with us. If your heart's thumping like you just dodged a last ride on Turbo, then hammer that like button, demolish the subscribe button, and ignite the notification bell so the explosions never slip by you. If you're hunting for that extra pandemonium, you can track us down on Facebook and TikTok for unfiltered clips, brutal breakdowns, and insider scoops that set your timeline ablaze. VKPunk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. So let's crack open this absolute thrill ride from the past week, the WWE Main Roster scene, but a quick heads up from us and the crew here. Sorry for the lighter video schedule lately. The 9 to 5 has been a beast, sucking the life out of us. Heading home just really to recharge, fuel up, and play dad to Little Muscles Marinara. Can't pass up big work right now, but yeah, the joke's on us because we're grinding to build this channel so we can kind of ditch the day job. But the grind from the day job forces us to take timeouts from the channel. The irony is not lost on us. Solo parenting is a marathon, guys. But we're flipping the script. Brace for a content avalanche coming this week. Big ups to our new sister channels as well. The Reject Squad, where Guns Up Vin C Punk will be dropping original bangers, and the gun cover rejects for those killer cover songs. TikTok rules might bite that one. I'm not sure, but we'll drop links in the comments. Massive props, of course, to Sockforge for creating all the electric graphics and everything that you see on our channel now. The intro, really great guys. If you haven't gone and checked them out, man, go and check them out. They are absolutely crushing it, and they're helping with the music videos and stuff too for the sister channels. It really is an amazing ride over at Sockforge. Go check them out. Huge love to every single one of you savages who has been riding with me the last 3 years, because you know that I've had quite a few curveballs thrown. But we're paying it forward in a major way now. Swing by TikTok to maybe throw down a challenge for the VKPunk Wrestling Championship at Elimination Chamber in Predictions War Games. And maybe you could be the channel's champion. All right. So now let's kick it off with last week's Raw breakdown. Once again, these are very condensed because I'm trying to fit 2 shows into 1 episode here. So the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch spark. Punk rolls in and bumps into AJ Lee. Becky clocks her from behind, clocks them both from like far, and kind of glitches quietly at first, kind of gets upset. She marches to the ring, sheds that flashy coat of hers, and AJ bounces in like it's a party. Becky's like, "Why are you crashing my turf?" And AJ's all support for Maxine, and there's this line about having a run in catering. Becky unravels, however. AJ's completely wrecking her vibe. AJ claps back that there's 2 wins and a title swindle to go. But hey, old news. Becky cackles wildly and dares her to the Elimination Chamber in Chicago for a family reunion beatdown. AJ says she'll do it for the title or nothing. Becky folds, and this match is locked in. So this, of course, gets a yay. Either one of these two women on camera is just amazing. And this was storytelling at its peak. Absolute brilliance. Becky's descent into full meltdown flips the script on the crazy one label that AJ has, while AJ's return has been surgical precision. Is AJ really crazy and this is a master plan to unravel Becky Lynch from the inside out? Or is Becky just cracking under the pressure? The layers, the crowd buzz, the delivery, flawless from both of them. WWE was craving this ignition after some flat stretches, but this was pure fire, guys. Absolutely amazing. The World Tag Team titles were on the line next with the Usos versus the Alpha Academy. Not much to really say here, guys. The Usos take early command. Otis and Tozawa rally. Otis throws Tozawa into the champs. Tozawa unleashes a dive barrage after the break. Otis absorbs a spear, double spear, and double team into the 1D, and the Usos win, holding the gold. Afterward, Jay shouts out Alpha, but Jimmy's urging him to chamber to qualify and snag the big one so he can reclaim his main event throne. This gets a boo from me. I mean, flat and in need of a glow up. I mean, what more can you say about this? No shock here. Alpha was never really a threat. Time for a total overhaul on them if you really want them to be taken seriously. Ditch the cute Alpha Babes gimmick and crank up the grit. Go shadowy and savage like Maxine started to do. And she's pulling it off, kinda. They've got the tools from their history, of course. They were both beasts in the past. Uso's still sharp, but Jimmy's riding shotgun while Jay is driving the car. They've both become a part of Jay's tired-ass routine now, and it's pulling them both down, I feel. Jay should be nowhere near the main event scene unless he learns to become savage again. So, next up, Liv Morgan, fresh off her 2026 Rumble glory, saunters in with the AAA Mega Champ and the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio. He hijacks her moment, kinda, gives her flowers and some candy. Stephanie Vicor, of course, crashes this party, calls out Liv's chatter. Spanish fire ensues. Dom translates, or maybe dodges and doesn't translate. Vakor dubs him a certain word, which Liv fires back with another word, and Vakor eyes mania with Liv. Dom kind of intervenes and eats a slap for it. A really good shot too. So yay for this. Trio of pure heat, to be honest with you. Whenever Liv, Dom, or Steph step up and into the camera, it's instant electricity. Steph's brooding intensity hits different. Liv's mic flare explodes, and Dirty Dom has been at peak form for a while. Gunning for main event gold soon, I bet. At least that's what the rumor is. We'll see if it's true. That slap and the rub he's given these women are masterclass. And here's a pro tip. If you want to put over anybody in the women's division, pair them up and put them in a program with Dom. Even if Dom is with another woman and it's not like his girlfriend, Dom will give the rub to everybody. So next we got the Women Chamber qualifier with Rhea Ripley, Ivy Nile, and Lyra Valkyria. Really not much to call here either, guys. Early ejection for Valkyria. She goes to the outside. Ripley and Nile slug it out. Nile hits a top rope dive, but it met with a rib-tight counter. Nile does German suplexes to the pair of them, both at once. Post-break frenzy was a trio woe stomp, superplex teases. Nile's dive goes sideways. Rhea seals it with a riptide on Valkyria. So this is going to get our first official meh rating. Strong spotlight, but foreseen. Ivy Nile turned heads with her power and flair. Really got a huge showing here. We are huge fans of Ivy Nile, and we demand more from her. But Rhea's aura wasn't cracking against the underdogs. Neither one of these smaller women were going to beat her and take her shine off. So solid work all the way around. Nile really shining. Just too easy to call. So Punk and Balor have a tense standoff here. Cole sets up for Punk in the ring, but Balor bolts in. He yanks the mic and demands the Punk at the chamber. No Roman hijinks. Pierce nixes it, of course, but Punk storms out. Balor perches on commentary. Punk brands him priority one, not an afterthought. That says that Balor has earned a beatdown. Punk dumps the title and offers an impromptu fight. Pierce books it grudgingly, but not for the night. Punk's fiery rant, anywhere, anytime, to cement best in the world. Hands up at Mania. So this was yay. And I'm going to tell you why. This was really a fresh angle, clever twist on the build. That will really cement chamber headlines, I think. Finn Balor is one of the best in the world, even though WWE is seriously underplayed him. When he's given the mic unleashed, he knows what to do. It's the best Balor promo I've heard in a really long time. His mic game shined tonight. Punk's passion, of course, is always timeless. This segment popped off waiting for this match. It could be the biggest match of the night, I bet. So next we had Maxine Dupree versus Natty. What total chaos this was. Some ankle lock tease inside the ring ends up spilling outside, and Natty clamps the sharpshooter on top of the desk. AJ comes out and assists the refs with Maxine. Becky vaults the barrier, shoves AJ into a post. Straight mayhem here. No finish, but just a lot of carnage. This totally gets a yay. This was anarchy done right. Sheer destruction at its best. Nailed the AJ Becky escalation. Even inspired SmackDown's opener, because there was a lot of this in the beginning of SmackDown. Just a lot of chaos and destruction. Maxine's growth is night and day. Natty really is a low-key legend. Peak story fuel. What a way to build on Natty's new character. Just amazing stuff. So next we had the OG Grande Americano and Javon Evans versus all of the other Americanos. Evans nails a diving OG cutter. Americano follows with a headbutt from the sky to win the match. Post-match, you get some unmasking teases, but it never really happens. This gets another meh from us. It was quick fun, but it was dragging. Not really much to talk about, but it was snappy and lively. But this masked Sava is overdue for its payoff. We've been patient long enough. It's time to end this multiple Grande Americano story and let whoever's going to be the real Grande Americano ride off into something different and get some serious stuff going on. This is taking too long. So next we had a men's qualifying chamber qualifier. Penta versus Austin Theory versus LA Knight. Early double team on Theory. Penta's tope connects. Theory grinds on Penta. Knight's desk head smashes. Tower of Doom spot. Logan and Bronson crash in. Masked Man super kicks and stomps Theory, setting up Knight's BFT victory. Yay. If for nothing else, because of it having a perfect winner. The match was high octane. Non-stop action and wild cards, but LA Knight claiming it was the spot on call, and I don't care how much they don't like him, you got to recognize what he's doing and put him at the top of the card. You got to give this man a title run, I'm telling you. Another one, we've been patient long enough for LA Knight push, but this match definitely delivered the goods. The Raw verdict, because that was the end of Raw, is meh. A mixed bag, some drags, but the Maxine Natty heat and the Becky AJ Lee storyline really kept it alive. Some real promo gems in there. A lot of good storytelling. In rings were highs and lows, evened out to neutral. Shifting gears to Friday Night SmackDown. As I said earlier, it started with a whole bunch of destruction. Of course, Tiffy Time opens up and hypes her epic rookie year run. Pines for the women's title. Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, barge in. Labeling Tiffany lucky. Tiffany, of course, probes Jax's fixation, but then Rio cut in and vow a chamber tank over. But first, they're going to squash Jax and Legend tonight. This leads straight into the women's tag title match between Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Sky jumps Jax at the bell. Jax manhandles her. Hot tags fly, knees, moonsaults, bombs. Ring song brawl erupts. No contest. Aftermath, table setup. Sky spears Jax through a table, and Legend spears Ripley into the barricade. All women are laid out. Ringside looks like destruction. You already know this is getting a yay. I think WWE saw what happened during the Natty Maxine match and all the destruction. They were like, no, we got to do more of that. And you do. You definitely do. Chaos from Bell to Breakdown here. Explosive kickoff. Pure bedlam. Lash is leveling up on the stick, of course. Getting better. Tiffany's teasing a comeback amid a new stacked roster with I don't know. You got a bunch of other people right now. And that call from Joe Tessitore saying, Mommy's here, in his thing, like a high-pitched ass voice when Rhea Ripley got the hot tag and got her running. Man, that was comedy gold. He should have left it out, but it was funny as hell. Body scattered everywhere at the end. Flawless execution. Gonna give that a second yay. So next we get Hayes backstage talking to some of the guys how there's not going to be any open challenges tonight, just a title defense for Dragunov. Solo and the MFTs roll up right before the match starts. Dragunov drags up last week's Family Ghost where they were all gone. Solo silences him and tells him, yeah, shut up. Solo is so good. If you guys don't like Solo, you guys are really missing the trick here. So Dragunov calls him out for a tag scrap, but Hayes doubles down. A beatdown ensues. Cardona and Apollo Crews dive in. They both get swatted away by MFT. Nakamura's theme flips the script. He comes in and pretty much takes out MFT single-handedly. Aldis emerges to book the Mega Tag 10-man Texas-sized tag team match. Hayes, Dragunov, Crews, Cardona, and Nakamura versus the MFTs. The MFTs bully early on. Dragunov gets a little bit of ignition. Tama blindsides with a lariat. Post-break, Hayes gets a little blaze. Finishers rain down. La Mystica, chokeslams, knees, leg lariats, rough riders, whatever you want to call them. But of course, Sokoa spike after a top rope shove. And then Tama Tonga seals the deal with a cutthroat. What a good move to make Tama Tonga win. You need to set him up. Wyatt Six lurking the crowd post-match, staring daggers, meh. Meh, but kind of yay. I mean, it was kind of meh, but kind of yay. Solo's promo and his persona game are elite, top tier. If you can understand the vision and just how he works, I don't think he's appreciated enough because everybody thinks he has a dumb gimmick, but no, his gimmick is perfect. MFT is raw power, by the way. A group of like all enforcers and muscle. Tama Tonga, Tala Tonga, and JC really shine. Made it a brute fest. Of course, Solo is always good, like I said. Tonga Loa is the only one that doesn't get as much of a shine as everybody else, but he's still a brute, man. Spot heavy fun. The Ragtag Alliance on the other side was kind of random. And where has Apollo Crews been? Why did he just get a surprise return without any kind of announcement or introduction or vignette or video package? He's just back all of a sudden and nobody thought to tell us why. Just ghost appearances since he's been returned. Next we had a women's chamber qualifier, Bliss versus Julia versus Vega. A bunch of pin scrambles in the beginning, finishes flipped end, just over and over. Julia's curb stomp, Bliss sentons from the apron, Vega's Meteora gives Bliss a nasty looking bump. Vega gets down there and makes it look good to check on her, but made it look like she was talking trash. Really good on Vega's part. She recognized early on. But Bliss, however, gets back up and gets back rolling and drops a Sister Abigail DDT for the pin. This, of course, it's a meh. Predictable but punchy, fair action. Bliss ate a nasty bump, but Vega's quick check was a class act. We saw Bliss advancing from a mile away. Zelina and Julia, the U.S. champ, were long shots at the big dance because Julia will probably have her own thing going on. And Zelina, I mean, who is Zelina at this point? Next, we had Ray Phoenix versus Trick Williams. Trick starts strong with shoulders. Phoenix counters aerially. The size battles everywhere. Phoenix chops, adios amigo, frog splash, near fall. Trick's momentum fueled trick shot flips the script for the win. So this gets a boo. First of all, the lemon pepper stepper gimmick's got to go. The whole line cannot be said anymore. It's going to drag him down. You're going to turn him into an overplayed, uh, dumb catchphrase machine, just like Jey Uso is, and it's going to kill his character. Lose the lemon pepper gimmick, the lemon pepper stepper gimmick. The rest of his gimmick is pure fire. The action was electric. Trick's heel masterclass versus Phoenix's spark. The size dynamic was nailed. Vaulting Trick over a proven star like Ray Phoenix this quick, who really is a global star. I don't get it, because Obafemi is getting a push and he's beating people like Kit Wilson. Why are we giving Trick a push and then turning somebody who's so amazing as Ray Phoenix into a jobber? So this gets a boo. I didn't like it at all. So next we get Jade Cargill versus Jordynne Grace for a championship match. Powerhouse collision. 2 beefcakes in the ring. No easy pins. Suplex swaps. Sleeper holds. Cargill snags a nugget from Dom because they're hanging out on the outside with a bottle of Dom. Really funny spot, but took away from the match a little bit. Cargill hurts her arm like mid-match because Jordynne Grace dodged a chop against the post. But she gets back in the ring and a one-arm spine buster into a one-arm jaded, and Cargill retains. Afterwards, she warns Liv that it's that ass if Liv Morgan picks her. So yay for this. As much as I didn't like Jade, she is really starting to prove herself. I thought Grace was going to have to carry this match, and it doesn't seem like that's really what happened. 2 Titans just throwing haymakers. Dom's reed side antics and that custom bottle, man, added flavor, but kind of did take away from the match. Funny as hell, though. Jade's evolved big time. Grace didn't carry her. Tough break for Grace losing another shot at a title, though, but dropping Jade's fresh reign, even though it's really not that fresh, it's just her first title defense. I don't think that was going to happen. I don't know if she's built for the long haul, but she may be. We get a men's chamber qualifier next. Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn. The whole crowd wants to see either Zayn or Fatu. Nobody wants to see Cody win this match, and it's easy to tell from early on. Triple brawl in the opening, dives. Fatu's moonsault for a near fall, double suplex, strike wars, Haluva teases. McIntyre appears. Claymore on Fatu gives Rhodes the Claymore, and then covers him with Sami Zayn, and then Cody Rhodes kicks out. Man, what a letdown! What a way to make us think we were going to get Sami Zayn and then rip it right away from us, WWE. You guys suck. So McIntyre gets back in the ring and everybody teams up on him. And then while Zayn is distracted having delivered a haluva kick, Cody puts him up for the crossroads and wins. This gets a big boo. The biggest boo I can ever give anything that I've ever given on this channel before goes to this right here. Pretty wild ride. I got to admit, the match was good. What a sour ending. Shenanigans and the fake outs had us cooked. That McIntyre assist to Zayn, we bought it. We thought that was the end of the match. But you also had the false finish from Fatu and his moonsault, and you could tell I was about ready to jump out when Fatu almost won. I was about ready to jump out when Zayn almost won. WWE took that from us, man. And then just to have Cody win on like a stolen win because Zayn was distracted. I mean, what a buzzkill. You had two crowd darlings and Cody Rhodes, and you made Cody Rhodes win. Not a good look. The match itself was slickly crafted. All three men playing really well into it. There was no like one man out while the other two wrestled. They really did something amazing here. Slickly crafted match. The finish just fizzled away. So I gotta say that SmackDown gets a boo while Raw did get a meh. So in general, the last week has been pretty meh, or more towards boo. Really great stuff here and there, uh, but also a lot of questionable stuff and a lot of tacky stuff. Like, I don't know. Uh, it's not been a good run lately for WWE. They've been catching a lot more heat than they deserve online, but they do deserve some heat because some of the stuff isn't great. Not necessarily that it's bad, it's just not great. It's meh. So, we'll have to see how that goes. Listen, guys, one last thing before we fade these lights out and wrap up this show. Uh, Wrestling really does teach us that the toughest wars aren't always under the lights. They're in the silent storms raging inside ourselves. Um, whether it's Big E laying it bare, CM Punk prioritizing mental health and his peace, LA Knight coming out and telling men that it's okay to cry and boys that it's okay to cry. The whole scene is really sparking real talks on mental health. The takeaway is loud and clear that even icons need a corner to lean on, a tag team partner they can tag in. If life's got you pinned and the ropes feel miles away, do not hesitate. Hit up a buddy, dial a lifeline, call your tag team partner, or know that the VK Punk family has got your back in the end, no matter what. You need to reach out, then reach out. Reaching out is the real power move. That's the real finisher, guys, is knowing that you need to reach out to somebody, that you need to do something. Do not hesitate. If you need us, we got you. Okay? We love you guys. Thanks for rolling out with us. Now let's close out. Go ahead and flood the comments with your craziest Raw SmackDown predictions, Fantasy Mania things, lineups, spiciest opinions. Turn this into a roar bigger than a botched ref call, guys. Smash the subscribe button. And if you're locked in with the crew, rally your squad. Go ahead and share this around Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. For the raw unfiltered energy that we give there, we're VK Punk Wrestling, man, and we run the bingo, and we're going to the moon. New heights this year. VK Punk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. Chin up, tits out, and deuces, ooses.